Mrs. Muller?
Yes.
Oh, come in. Please, have a seat.
I thought I might have had the wrong day when you didn't answer the door.
Yes. Well, just between us, I was listening to a transistor radio with an earpiece. Look how tiny they make them now. I confiscated it from a student, and now I can't stop using it.
You like music?
Not really. News reports. Years ago, I used to listen to all the news reports because my husband was in Italy in the war. Since I came into possession of this little radio, I find myself doing the same thing. Though there is no war, and the voices have changed.
You were a married woman.
Yes, but then he was killed. Is your husband coming?
Couldn't get off work.
I see. Of course, it was a lot to ask.
How's Donald doing?
He's passing his subjects. He has average grade.
Good. He was upset about getting taken off the altar boys.
Did he explain why?
He said he was caught drinking wine.
That is the reason.
Well, that seems fair. He's a good boy, sister. He fell down there, but he's a good boy pretty much down the line, and he knows what an opportunity he has here. I think the whole thing was just a bit much for him.
What do you mean, the whole thing?
He's the only colored here. He's the first in this school. That'd be a lot for a boy.
I suppose it is. He has to do the work, of course.
He is doing it, though, right?
Yes, he's getting through, getting by. How is Donald at home?
His father beat the hell out of him over the wine.
He shouldn't do
You
that.
don't tell my husband what to do. Just stand back. He didn't want Donald coming here.
Why not?
Thought he'd have a lot of trouble with the other boys, but that hasn't really happened as far as I can make out.
Good.
That priest, Father Flynn, been watching out for him.
Yes. Have you met Father Flynn?
No, not exactly. I've seen him in the altar a few times, but I haven't met him face to face, just heard from Donald.
What does he say?
Well, you know, Father Flynn, Father Flynn. He looks up to him. The man gives him his time, which is what the boy needs. He needs that.
Mrs. Muller, we may have a problem.
Well, I thought there must have been a reason for you to ask me to come here. Principal's a big job. If you stop your day to talk to me, it must be something. I just want to say, though, it's just till June.
Excuse me?
Whatever the problem is, Donald just has to make it here until June. Then he's off into high school. You see, if he can graduate from here, he can get into a good high school, which means an opportunity at college. I believe he has the intelligence and he wants it too.
Well, I see nothing at this time standing in the way of his graduating with his class.
Well, that's all I care about. Anything else is all right with me.
I doubt that.
Try me.
I'm concerned about the relationship between Father Flynn and your son.
You don't say. Concerned? What do you mean, concerned?
That it may not be right.
Huh. Hey, there's something wrong with everybody, isn't that so? You gotta be forgiven.
I'm concerned, to be frank, that Father Flynn may have made advances on your son.
May have made.
Can't be certain.
No evidence.
No.
Then maybe there's nothing to it.
I think there is something to it.
Well, I prefer not to see it that way, if you don't mind.
I understand this can be hard to hear. I think Father Flynn gave Donald that altar wine.
Why would he do that?
Has Donald been acting strangely?
No.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
He's been himself.
All right.
Look, sister. I don't want any trouble, but I feel like you're on the mark somehow.
I don't think you completely understand.
I think I understand the kind of thing you're talking about, but I don't want to get into it.
What's that?
Not to be disagreeing with you, but if we're talking about something floating around between this priest and my son, that ain't my son's fault.
Well, I'm not suggesting
He's just a boy, 12 years old. If somebody should be taking blame for anything, it should be the man, not the boy.
I agree with you completely.
You're agreeing with me, but I'm sitting in the principal's office talking about my son. How come the priest isn't in the principal's principal's office if you know what I'm saying, and you'll excuse my bringing it up.
You're here because I'm concerned about Donald's welfare.
You think I'm not?
Of course you are.
Let me ask you something. You honestly think that that priest gave Donald that wine to drink?
Yes, I do.
Then how come my son got kicked off the altar boys when it was the man that gave it to him?
The boy got caught, the man didn't.
Well, how come the priest didn't get kicked off the priesthood?
He's a grown man, educated,
Oh.
and he knows what's at stake. It's not so easy to pin someone like that down.
Okay, so you give my son the whole blame. No problem, my son getting blamed and punished. That's easy. You know why that is?
You know,
You're
maybe
just
you
running out of it, but that's the way it is, the way it's been,
upset.
sister. You're not going against no man and no role and win. He's got the position,
And he's got your son.
let him have him then.
What?
It's just till June.
Do you know what you're saying?
No more about it than you do.
I believe this man is creating, or has already brought
No.
about, an improper relationship with your son.
Don't know.
I know I'm right.
Why you got to know something like that for sure when you don't? Please. What's going on with this priest? And now you want to drag my boy into it. My son don't need no additional difficulties. Let him take the good and leave the rest when he leaves his place in June. He knows how to do that. I taught him how to do that.
What kind of a mother are you?
Excuse me. But you don't know enough about life to say a thing like that.
I know enough.
You know the rules, baby, but that don't cover it.
I know what I won't accept.
You'll accept, but you gotta accept, and you work with it. I'm sorry to be so sure, but you're standing here in this room.
This man is in my
Well,
school.
he's gotta be somewhere, and maybe he's doing some good too. You ever think of that?
He's after the boys.
Maybe some of them boys want to get caught. Maybe what you don't know is that my son is. Maybe my son is that way. Not because of the wine. He beat Donald up for being what he is.
What are you telling me?
I'm his mother. I'm talking about the boy's nature, not anything that he's done. But you can't hold a child responsible for what God gave him to be.
Man.
There's the boy's nature.
Let's leave that out of it.
Forget it then! You're the one. You're the one forcing people to say things out loud, things that in the end you leave them alone if you can. That's what I know. My boy came to this school because they were going to kill him at the public school. So we were lucky enough to get him in here for his last year. Good. His father don't like him. He comes here, the kids don't like him. One man is good to him. This priest puts out a hand to him. Does he have his reasons? Yes. Everybody has their reasons. You have your reasons. But do I ask the man why he's good to my son? No. I don't care why. My son needs some man to see him through to where he needs to go. And I thank God that this educated man with some kindness in him wants to do just that.
This will not do.
It's just till June. Sometimes things are not black and white.
Sometimes they are. I would throw your son out of this school. You make no mistake.
Why would you do that if nothing started with him?
Because I will stop this anyway. I must.
You would hurt my son to get your way.
This won't end with your son. There will be others if there aren't already.
Throw the priest out there.
I'm trying to do just that.
Then what do you want from me?
Nothing, as it turns out. I was hoping you might know something that would help me, but don't.
Please, leave my son out of this. My husband would kill that child over something like this.
I'll try.
You know, you may think that you're doing the right thing, but the world is a hard place. I don't know that you and me are on the same side. But I'll be standing with my son and those who are good with him. It'd be nice to see you there. Nice talking with you, sister. Good morning.